Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 82, I believe. Yes, I was right. And I am starting things off above this gigantic hole that we have expanded in the previous live stream. So this Sunday we hopped on, we live streamed for 5 hours in total. I think I did 3 hours of it at the beginning, just filling in all of the sand and everything like that, getting rid of all of the water because there was tons of it. And then myself and Grian also cleared out the water on that side. He completely showed me up by using sponges and basically wiping out the entire thing. And then we have made this much progress. So we have taken out half of this half of the hole in that live stream, and it was massively successful. But today, my friends, today is the day we are going to finish this thing. The hole is going to be completed, and I couldn't be more excited. Time-lapse time. And in this time-lapse chat, I thought I would give you some pretty exciting news. For those of you who follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you will have heard this before. And also for those of you who have been watching the live streams, you will have heard me mention this. But it's something that I haven't mentioned yet in a YouTube video, and it's a huge deal for me. So I am going to be moving out of the studio because I have just bought a house. We have just bought a house. Me and Vicky are going to be moving in together, and yeah, we're going to have a house, which is extremely exciting because, of course, you know, for the past 3 years, in fact, I have been renting out studios. So those who don't know how I do this whole YouTube thing, because it's a bit of a strange setup, the way that I do it is I basically travel to a studio every single day to record my videos, simply because back when I didn't have the studio, it was a little bit strange for me waking up in the morning in bed and then walking like 2 steps to my computer, sitting on the computer for 14 hours of the day, and then at the end of the day turning the computer off and just going back into the bed, staying in that one room every single day of my life. Where, I mean, it's not the best mental space, really, to be quite frankly honest with you. It doesn't feel nice. I didn't feel healthy. So to have a dedicated space that I could go to that was like purposefully built for working, it was awesome. And it really allowed me to grow up the filming channel as well, because it meant that we had a workspace to work with where we could leave lights up and we could have things everywhere and we could have equipment all over the place. I mean, it worked absolutely perfectly. But I think now it is time to actually move into a house, and we're going to be moving out of the studio. I've ended my tenancy here, so that's going to be ending in the next 6 months, and in the next 2 months, I'm actually going to be moving into this house, which is big enough to also have its own kind of studio area inside the house. That's kind of the benefit of this, is that I kind of have a studio, but it's a separate room in the house, so I don't have that problem where I wake up in the morning and stay all in one room. I still have a dedicated place to go, but it's within my own home, because to be frankly honest, going to and from the studio all the time, it was getting a tiny bit frustrating. Now, I'm extremely excited with this house. I mean, it really is, it's kind of, I mean, I've always had this idea in my head of what my perfect house would be, and a little bit like the cars that I love, it just had to have a ton of character, and this one does. It's an old converted chapel, which is like a small church. It has a beautiful pitched roof, so it's got a double height ceiling, it's got metal beams going across the top, it's 100 years old, it's got beautiful old wooden flooring, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So me and Vicky are going to be moving in there soon, and we really can't wait. I mean, it's going to be awesome. And yeah, I'll probably post pictures of it on Instagram or wherever. So I'm sure you'll see plenty of that at some point in the near future. But anyway, that's that update. Let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. Ladies and gentlemen, this is returning for the last time. There we go. The machine has landed, and this hole... This 1.2 million block hole has been dug. 1.2 million blocks. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, obviously all the lava is still down at the bottom there, so that's going to be staying because I really like the way that it looks. The things that do have to go are all of the floating blocks. You can see that's a floating block there. There's a few of them, and then this pillar that is underneath all the obsidian there, obviously that's going to be going too, but that obsidian is where our farm is actually going to be going. So that there is going to be our witch hut, and then this perimeter around it will stop any mobs from spawning in that area, making this thing the most efficient thing possible. Now, it's actually been ages since we've taken a look at the witch farms themselves. Now, the reason that I'm saying witch farms is because we took Ilmango's design and we actually mixed it up a little bit. Instead of using redstone clocks, we used tripwires and tripwire hooks to automatically detect the witches and then drop them out instantly. But we never actually tested it against the other original witch farm. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave 2 versions of Minecraft running overnight, and this one is going to be the shifting floors with the tripwires. The other one is of course going to be the redstone clock one, and we'll see which one comes out more efficient. Well, yeah, I kind of didn't think that through, really. Wow, really, that many item drops over one night? I mean, how much redstone is that? I think whatever we build is going to be more than enough. Because, yeah, I mean, that's like a full inventory of redstone in one night, and more than, because all of the hoppers are totally filled up. And also, there's plenty of items just sat on the floor that I can't believe this. I've messed up my testing. Why am I so useless? I'm such a useless Minecraft player, I really am. So I think given the results of both tests being very, very impressive, I'm going to use Ilmango's design simply because it seems like an easier design to build, and more importantly, it seems less likely to go wrong. I don't want to have to fix these things with witches spawning on the inside. That would be horrible. So this is the design that we're going to be going for. Anyway, for the time being, we're going to move away from the witch huts because I want to do a little bit of work on Sahara. And I know that Iskall and Grian have been hard at work building up the actual structure itself, and I haven't seen it yet. So let's pop through to the shopping district and see what's going on. This place is still totally ridiculous. I don't really know what to say about the Nether Hub. I'm fairly certain that this is the shopping district, and that's a beautiful logo. Right, here we are. In theory, it should be... Wow. Oh my word, it is enormous, isn't it? So this, wow, look how many mobs there are. Holy mackerel. But this is, yeah, the beginnings of the structure. And yeah, it is definitely a warehouse, isn't it? Good grief. Okay, well this is going to look spectacular once it's done. And I cannot wait to start creating some of the redstone and all of the warehousey bits where we're going to be moving the items from this section off into the shopfront section, which I believe is just over here. Yep, there it is. The tiny little shopfront. Very, very cool. Absolutely awesome. So fantastic work by those two, and I just can't wait to start getting redstone into this thing. Buildings aside, I think the main thing that we need to work on is our marketing strategy. We need to get our name out there on the Hermitcraft server, and Iskall, Grian and I have come up with a strategy that we think is going to work really quite nicely.
Hello guys, this, I think, is the first official architect meeting that involves all 3 members.
Yeah, we've got a VIP... Awesome. I mean,
he hasn't earned his quartz yet. He hasn't got a fancy chair because he hasn't earned it. Brand new.
I feel like I'm the child at the end of the table at a diner. You know, they have to bring out the special chair. Yeah. But okay, I'll take it.
Anyway, let's get down to business, guys, because we've got a big project. Oh,
if we're getting down to business, I have to put my business moustache on.
Business moustache, a moustache for your moustache for when you mean real business.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
You know this is serious. Okay, so as we all know, Sahara is well underway. The project is making so much progress, and we've got big plans. We've sorted out all the design and stuff, but we need to let our competitor, which is Concorp, know that what's coming. We need to give them a fair warning, I feel.
Yeah, I think that's fine. We don't want to play rough. We're nice people.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not entirely sure what to do, but I got an idea. I'm going to see if you guys are on the same vibe.
Okay. I'm
so
curious.
what is Sahara? What is in real life?
Okay, geography. Come on, Escal.
Mumbo.
It's a
What's
desert.
the point in a second? What's
desert.
the point in a second mustache if you don't know things when you put it on?
Yeah, like does that?
Look,
Yeah.
okay, Iscal is dressed like a very typical geography teacher right now, so I thought I'd pass it
true.
over to him.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, go on. Yeah,
This
you
is
said
my
it.
architect suit. Geography teacher, what are you talking about?
Okay, so
fair
let's
enough.
stay on the
It's a
map.
desert.
It's a desert. Exactly. So I'm proposing we dump a desert on Concorp. We cover the whole of Concorp in sand. Lots and lots.
That, I mean, that's a big business opportunity for Concorp, though. I mean, they could
Yeah,
just
I know.
sell
They're
on...
totally going to sell it. They're just going to sell the sand.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it would
He's
be...
gonna come online and he's gonna be like, "Oh, look at this! I can collect all this sand. It'll be 15 shulker boxes. Here we go.
Okay,
we
guys,
can
and we've
sell."
got 15 shulker boxes full of sand. Yeah.
But anyway, it's a great idea, though. I like it. It's,
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
All right, let's scare Concorp then. Should we head on over?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Have you ever been to Concorp? I've not. I've only ever flown over it. It's a bit intimidating.
It is quite
Yeah.
scary. What is that laser up there? That's
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's their satellite dish.
crazy.
I once walked in and had a piece of cake, and it tasted greedy and corporate. It wasn't nice at all. But
All right, should we
that's
try
really
and get it? Because we're basically just going to cover all of this in sand, but I feel like it's only right that we use the front door. So
Yeah.
it says, if you could dye the sheep blue, you are deemed worthy of entering Concorp. And I don't know exactly what this means, but I'm just going to go for it.
What?
Oh. How did he do that? How did he do that?
No.
I think we've been deemed worthy. No, it didn't go blue. It went back to
No.
red.
Yeah, I'm trying.
That is the... I don't understand this.
Is the joke that we're not worthy?
The joke is that we're not. I mean, Mumbo, you're a technical player. Since I'm the geography teacher, you can explain what's going on here.
I'm
losing my mind.
I'm getting a bit tired. I think I might just... I you know, I... No, I don't know. I really don't know.
I'll be a substitute. This
Why is there an
actually
Age of Empires soundbite here?
It's the Vex. It's like, hello.
Is that the actual sound that they
Oh, yeah,
make?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dudes, that's from Age of Empires 1.
Yeah, it's a reference to it, yeah.
This is actually an Easter egg in Minecraft that came in 1.12, I believe.
Okay.
That no one noticed. That they will re-dye sheep. They will dye them
So
red.
the joke is we're not worthy.
Yeah.
No one's worthy. Yeah.
Right, okay, we're going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Forget this.
Whatever.
That's the coolest thing ever, though. That's completely blown my mind. Anyway, sheeps aside, we placed a desert, and 2 hours later, this is what we've got. So up at the top there, we have got AT standing for Architect, covering up the Concorp logo, and then if we pop through here, Sahara is coming. I mean, check out this. We really have... We have completely covered this place. And I have to say, I actually think it looks quite cool. Like, I've got to say, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Cub decided to keep this, because it actually looks pretty sweet. Now, we decided not to cover up the buildings because there's complicated redstone contraptions inside here and we didn't want to mess with them or break anything. But all of the floor has been completely covered up. And as I say, yeah, this is good. This is very good. So I think we have warned the people of Concorp that Sahara means business. Now let's pop back over to my base. And by base, I mean a creative world version of the Hermitcraft server where my witch hut is. No way. So I accidentally went onto the wrong Hermitcraft test world and I found the original plans for the sphere. Whoa. It's freaky how much has changed. So that is my original island. This area feels very empty without Grian's base. And this looks very empty without the city around it. I'd totally forgotten. How crazy is this? And I was really considering doing that. Having stone and like cobblestone and things like that spinning out around the edge. That is... That's awful looking. Anyway, now that I've found the actual Hermitcraft testing world and located my witch hut, which, by the way, this is what this area looked like before we destroyed it with all of those carpet bombers. It's quite impressive to see how much land was cleared, 1.2 million blocks. The reason that I'm in here is because I want to find out what layers my shifting floors are going to be going on. So I've just looked at Mango's video, and apparently they start here, and then the next floor will be on this level, and then the final floor will be on that level right there. So there'll be 3 layers of shifting floors, and this is the outline. So it turns out that we were actually quite good when we were building up this witch farm during the live stream, and I actually managed to build up the border in the perfect area. It's the perfect bottom layer. So this right here, this outline, is how big the bottom layer is going to be, and then 2 blocks above it we're going to have another platform, and then above that we're going to have another platform, and this right here is the beginnings of the witch hut. This is it. This is where it begins. So all of our witches are going to be dropping out the floor here, and they're going to be falling onto some hoppers, which are probably going to be on around about that level there, and they're going to be picking up all the items, chucking them into item transportation system, zipping the items out the edge of the hole, and then into some form of ridiculous storage system, which is going to be holding all of our bits. And I honestly cannot wait to get this thing up and running, because infinite redstone seems like a pretty good deal to me. Oh, would you look at that? I've actually just built the thing. I hadn't realized I'd built the thing, but this is it. I mean, it's a small little thing, innit? I always forget how tiny the actual body of a witch farm is. Now, how confident am I feeling? Pretty confident. Pretty confident. I'm feeling confident. Yep. Look at that. How ridiculous does that look? That looks so silly. So ridiculous. I mean, that is just a tiny little block. You would barely be able to notice it. And yet that is the thing that is going to be providing all of the items from this point forth. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, I really wanted to spend some time getting those things mapped out, because it was kind of stressing me out not knowing where my witch farm was going. So now that that's done, there's actually something that I quickly want to show you in the redstone testing world. Now, Iskall has been working really hard on a lot of the redstone circuits. I mean, me and him have been going back and forth about some of the issues and some of the things that we're running into building up this Sahara system, but we are making some good progress. So for those of you who haven't been keeping up, this is the redstone system that I created as the shulker, loader, and unloader. This is the thing that is actually going to be transporting the items over to the player, and you can see there is the actual item collection system. Then over here we have got Iskall's awesome design for the diamond counter, because of course, you know, we need to charge the hermits money, and we want to make sure that the redstone actually automates this process. So this system here, using some really interesting redstone logic, actually counts through the number of diamonds that have been inputted into the system, or I think it counts through the number of diamonds that are required for the player to put in, which is super smart. And now this is the area that we've been working on. So this little button selector panel right here will select the order quantity. So for example, if you order 1 set of carrots, so it's 1 diamond for 8 stacks of carrots, you can also choose the number of orders you want to put through. So this button right here would be the default, so that is 8 stacks of carrots, but if you want 16 stacks, then you can hit this button and that will flick it over. And if you want, say for example, 32 stacks of carrots, you're really hungry for carrots for some reason, then you hit that button and that is selected right there. And the way that you order things is you walk up to this chest, and as you can see, we've got everything renamed. We throw out one of the items, the hopper picks it up, and it gets selected, as you just saw right there, and then the item ends up back in the chest. So this is super smart, and it's going to work absolutely seamlessly. And I've got to say, once we knit all of these different things in together, because currently they kind of all spread out, I think it's going to look amazing. Total side note, but I just spotted this next to the redstone design we were working on. I showed this to Iskall the other day and he was completely blown away. It genuinely looks like magic. So here we have a dropper that's filled in with items. When we hit this note block right here, you can see that the item ends up in that hopper. So whatever note block you hit, that's where the item goes, and it goes there instantly. It's the strangest thing, and I can't remember where I saw it, but whoever found this, You're a genius. So hopefully that gives you an update on the Sahara project as well. We have got so many massive projects on the go at this point in time. It's quite difficult to keep up with everything that's going on. Obviously, the Mumbucks hermit coin type situation. We haven't really mentioned that in today's episode, but that's also something that I'm currently in the process of working on too. And then of course, yeah, we've got the witch hut, which hopefully should be done soon. And then Sahara, which we're in the middle of working on. As I say, it's all kicking off and everything seems very exciting, which is pretty impressive considering we're currently on episode 82. Usually by this point in the Hermitcraft season, things begin to slow down a tiny bit, but I'm very happy to see that, I mean, we just seem to be flying right now. We have the best projects ever. But sadly, for today, that is everything. That is everything I've got time for. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and filming channel stuff, you know what to do. Link will be on the end screen.